and welcome back to another episode of our Ultimate Decades Challenge. We are in the portion of 1395. This is part B, and we are going to be continuing on with this second part of the year. We have entered into this lovely home, and we are going to be continuing to go with our story. For this part, we do have several birthdays that we need to attend to see who is going to be able to survive their death rolls. And it is a lot of families that we need to check in with and see if they're going to be able to successfully age up to their next stages of their life. And we also have several families that we need to check in with and see if we can get them to try for a baby. So we do have a lot going on in this part where all of that is concerned. As we know, we also, with our main family, have a baby on the way, and so we are hoping that McKenna is going to be going into labor and will be giving birth to a little one soon. And so hopefully we'll be able to see a baby be born from the main household in this portion in this episode. So that will be exciting if that takes place. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump over to our spreadsheet and let's take a look at the birthdays that we have for this part. So for this part, we do have Imani Del Madonna is aging up to a young adult. We have Barbetta Goodwell, Florence Von Schwan, and Byron Von Schwan aging up to teens. Nicole Petechia and Baldwin Meshram aging up to children. Ashanti Von Schwan is aging up to a young adult. Dennis Petechia is aging up to a child. Forwin Shoemaker and Xander Goodwell is aging up to a toddler. And then we have Nadia, Caitlin, and Dulce. All three need to try for a baby. So we are just going to go ahead and get all of these birthdays rolls out of the way and see who is going to be able to survive and who is not. And then we'll go ahead and do the age ups and things of that nature. And then I will show you what they look like at the end of the video with their prospective makeovers, and then we will go ahead and jump into the game. So we're going to go ahead and start with Imani. Imani Del Madonna, like I said, is turning into a young adult. For that, she cannot roll 6 or 14 on the dice. So we are going to go ahead and open up the dice, and we are going to see if she is going to be able to make it. So let's go ahead and open up our dice and give that a roll. So she rolls a 1, which is a successful roll. So Imani is going to get another 36 days on the calendar. And Ashanti Von Schwan, we will roll for her. She also is becoming a young adult. She rolls a 20, which is a successful roll. So both of our young adults are going to be aging up to young adults, which is fantastic. Then we have our teens. As we know, they have to roll anything other than a 7, and we have to roll also a D20 to find out if they are going to get married, and a D12 to find out how many babies they're going to have. So we will roll for all of them. There are 3 of them: Barbetta Goodwell, Florence Von Schwan, and Byron Von Schwan. So let's go ahead and roll first for Barbetta. She can't roll a 7. She rolls an 8, so she will become a teen. She is going to marry, and Barbetta is going to have 9 children. So let's go ahead and put Barbetta here. Barbetta Goodwell, and she's going to have 9 children. And then we had Florence Von Schwan, and if we give Florence a roll, she gets an 18 and survives. She is going to marry. Yeah, 1 to 2 never marry. All right, so she is going to marry, and she is going to have 4 children. And then we have Byron von Schwan, and let's roll for Byron. Byron is going to make it, is going to marry, and is going to have 9 children. So Byron von Schwan and 9 children. So we are also going to be rolling for Nicole Petechia and Baldwin Meshram and Dennis Petechia. They are aging up to children. For that, they can't roll a 3 or a 9. So let's go ahead and roll for them. So let's roll for them. And they all 3 survive. And then we have Forwin and Xander aging up to toddlers. And for that, they can't roll a 4, 8, 12, or a 16. All right, so Xander Goodwell is going to pass away. So we'll put on here that Xander Goodwell has died. And that being said, we will roll the wheel and find out what it is that he has died from. Let's go ahead and open up our wheel and roll for Xander and find out what is taking Xander from us. So he has died from infanticide. So Xander is going to be deceased in July of 1395 and is going to be dying from infanticide. And we will go ahead and put everyone on the timeline where they belong for their age up process. And then we will go ahead and we will be able to do their age ups, and I will show you what they look like at the end with their age up photos. And we are going to jump into the game and we're going to go see Nvedia like, because, well, she's not a like anymore. Now she's in Augustin. But we're going to go see Nvedia because she needs to try for a baby. Okay, we have entered back into the Augustin home and we are just going to be having this couple try again for another little one. Currently right now, William is just fixing them a little bit of supper. Well, I guess breakfast really, because it's 7:30 in the morning. He's fixing them a little bit of boiled eggs. She's just trying to get the house cleaned up a little bit. But once they are done doing what they're doing here, we are going to have them go ahead and try again for another little one and see if we are going to be able to get them to get themselves expecting, because as we know, they do need to have several children. So we do want them trying their hand at getting pregnant. We had done their first of 8 baby tries after their wedding, and unfortunately they were not expecting, so we will try again just to see if we can get them pregnant. So he's going to just go over here to her and see if he can approach her and ask her if she is willing to try and have some children. I think that, you know, they have a pretty decent relationship. They are really close, and he's just like, you know, I have gone so long without any family and so long without a wife. I really do want to expand our family. I would really like to have an heir. And she's like, I absolutely, you know, am on the same page with you, William. I really am. And I also want to have children, so I would love for us to go ahead and start. And so they're having this conversation about the fact that they definitely want to go ahead and expand the family. He's like, I was just concerned that maybe you wouldn't want to start right away. I know it's awful sudden. And she's like, no, absolutely. I want to have a really big family with you. So obviously we should definitely go ahead and get started soon. And he's like, that's wonderful news. So they're going to go on upstairs here and they are going to try for a little one. And we are going to be hopeful that they are going to be pregnant. Their house is definitely ready-made for children, and they have plenty of room for their family to expand, so that's wonderful. And he just wants to go ahead and start getting their home filled with lots of children. We, as we know, in this home have a bit of a garden here, and so yeah, I think that once we have this family going, it's going to be great for them. Let's go ahead and check and see if she did get pregnant with this try, and it looks like she did. So I will put that on the timeline that she is expecting. This baby try did work, and we are going to continue on with our next family. She is pregnant, and she has 6 more baby tries after this one. So we are now going to head over and we're going to see Caitlin Petechia. Caitlin Petechia needs to also try for a baby, and this family is just going to continue on their merry way. It looks like he's come out to tend to the garden a little bit and do a little bit of research on his garden, which is fantastic. And we're just going to let them continue on their merry way here. Over here in the Petechia home, we know that they have several children, but Ramon is still wanting to continue to try for more children. So I think he's going to approach his loving wife, and he's going to ask her if they can go ahead and try for another little one. I don't know how, she really feels about that, considering, she has recently just aged up to an adult. They are starting to get a little bit older, and she likes flirtation. I guess she's taken it very well. They have a very, very close relationship, and I think that, their marriage is really solid. They have a lot of children. They really do have a good, solid foundation, and I think that, she definitely wants to give Ramon what he wants. And the Petechias are and have always been a really close family. So they are going to go ahead and they're going to try for another little one here. This would make their house full if they are able to get expecting. So that'll be, really nice if that's the case. And we will see how that goes for them. But I do think that they're both kind of getting on up there. They're both currently adults, and they wouldn't be trying for too much longer. I think they would start thinking about the fact that their son, that is the oldest here, he'll be aging up to a teenager soon and starting to have children of his own. And I think they would start kind of thinking about maybe settling down with to having children, and maybe thinking about, dealing with grandchildren instead of, babies for themselves. But we are just going to have them try for this little one, and then I'm going to get Ramon to kind of clean up a little bit around the house, and we will check and see if Caitlin has gone ahead and been able to get herself pregnant, which will be fantastic. I'll also get her to go ahead and sell this painting that was created so that she can go ahead and kind of get herself painting a little bit more, because that is something that she enjoys doing. So as you can see, all of the children are really, really close in this family. They are over here. They're chatting with one another and spending a lot of quality time with each other, which is really, really great. So, I mean, this family, like I said, they're just a really, really close family. All of the Petechias really are. So they have finished trying for this baby. Let's go ahead and see if that was successful for her. And it looks like it was. So they are going to be having another little one in this family as well. So we will put here that they have had another baby. Technically they have 4 more baby tries, but I mean their house is completely full. Their children would have to grow up and move out for them to continue having babies. And like I said, they are adults. So I don't know if we'll continue trying for babies for them or how that's going to go. We'll just have to see how it kind of plays out. But she is going to go ahead and teach this little one, and I am going to head us over, and we are going to see Dulce, and we are going to see if we can try for a baby with Dulce. And over in this Petechia home, we have Benjamin and Dulce and their little one, who has recently just aged up to a child. This is Dennis Petechia. And we are going to go ahead and have Benjamin just ask, well, actually, I'm just going to have her ask him if they can have another one. I think that she's probably thinking to herself, why is it that we haven't tried for more children? They're supposed to have had so many more children, and Dennis is now a child, and they haven't had any more children at all. And I think that she's thinking to herself, you know, we should have been trying long ago for more children, and we haven't really had any more children. And I really want more children. And she's just going to tell Benjamin, like, we really should be trying for more babies. And I think that she's going to just bring up the fact to him that she really does want more children. I mean, they're supposed to have 6 baby tries left. This will be another one, so they'll have 5 after this attempt. So they do need to have several children, and they only have the one child. So she's concerned as to the fact that they are kind of getting a late start on having the children that they need to have, and she really does want to have more children with him. So he is keen on this idea. Obviously, he wants more children to be able to carry on his family name. I mean, the Petechias in our community are vast. They really are. The Petechias generally have a lot of children and a lot of children that survive. It is a really strong name in our community. But, you know, we are just going to go ahead and have her I'm going to have her actually come and take a pregnancy test. Instead of just checking MC Command Center. That'll get her letting us know if she is expecting, and also we will put her a little further along. She is not pregnant. Okay, so they did have that try. I'm going to have them try again just because that'll give them an extra try. So they've had 1 baby try. Oh, they're going to be steamy, and they like physical intimacy. Yes, they can be steamy and like physical intimacy. So they're going to try again once more. I'm just going to give them 2 tries in this go because it has been so long since they have had a child. Usually I would have tried for them again previous to this, and they would have had multiple tries and multiple children, and they only have Dennis, and I clearly haven't been trying for them in quite some time. So we're going to give them another chance here to see how it goes. After this, they will have 4 more tries, and we will hopefully get them back on track here. But we are going to get her in here. I'm going to get her to take a pregnancy test and see if she was successful in getting herself pregnant. Hopefully, she will be able to have a little one. She's not pregnant again. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's try one more time. She's like, she's too sad because of the failed pregnancy test. Okay, maybe he can try to get her to try for a baby. I really would like for her to get pregnant. We're gonna use up all of her baby tries right now. She's down to 3 baby tries, but he's like, we really need to get ourselves pregnant here. And she's like, well, we're not being successful. Nothing is working. And she's really kind of upset about that. All right, you 2, get in here and try one last time. If this doesn't work, then it doesn't work. And I will just accept the fate for now. All right, there they go, trying for this baby one last time. Hopefully they will be able to get themselves expecting here. That would be really nice for them if they could do that. I am going to get him to come out. Can he do anything with the bees? No, he's too young. Okay, well, he can come and play a little bit of chess, though, while they do that. I'm going to get her in here. We're going to have her try again for this pregnancy test, and we will see if she is expecting. All right, that one was successful. 3rd time's a charm, and she is eating for 2. So without further ado, let's go ahead and head over into our main household. It is currently 2:31 p.m. and that means we are now in August of 1395. And let's go head over to the main household and see what they're up to. Okay, so we have arrived here in the main household, and as you can see, McKenna is in her 3rd trimester and should be giving birth to her little one at any time. I am just going to go ahead and get her to make a little bit of food for the family. She's going to make a little bit of fish head stew because we have plenty of fish from the children going out and catching fish in the pond the other day, which is fantastic. I mean, we do have the boiled eggs and the cheese and fruit, but we are going to have her just make a hot meal because I think that the family would really enjoy that. Xavier is going to get a little bit of archery in, And I'm having Ada go out and do a little bit more fishing, and Can is just working on a little bit of painting because, as we know, we are working on trying to get her skill up. So that is fantastic. Once Xavier is finished with the archery, I am going to have him come and take care of some of the animals here, and he can shear them and milk them. And we will get him, obviously, making sure that all of these animals are taken care of. They are probably going to need to be fed as well, but for now we will just get him to get them sheared and get them milked. They do have this prairie grass, so they can come in and they can eat the prairie grass. So that's what we have it here for, and hopefully they will eat it. That's kind of the point of it growing. I'm hoping that they're actually doing that. I am also going to have, maybe he can come out and harvest some prairie grass in a little bit and see if we can find any goodies in the prairie grass, which would be nice. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. That poor goat. Grumpy just fell over, which is not ideal. Why don't you go ahead and grab a serving of that fish head stew, because I think you might be a little hungry. And I mean, you can also come and grab yourself a serving, and then you can sell your painting when you're done eating. And it looks like Ulveva is up in her crib, but when we have McKenna finished with her food, we'll have her go up and take care. Oh, she's not. She's laying in the floor. Well, we'll have her come up and feed Ulveva because she is going to need to take care of her. So we'll just have her come up and give her a little bit of a feed, and then maybe she can also clean up a little bit because there's trash everywhere. So we'll have her kind of do some taking care of the little one here. So that'll be wonderful for everyone. And all right, he is just taking care of the animals. That's fantastic. And Can is just getting a little bit of food here, and then I'm going to have her kind of just love on the animals a little bit. I think that she would really like to give the animals a little bit of love. She hasn't socialized with the animals in a little bit of time, and as we know, she does enjoy loving on them. And also, we will have her maybe go out and try to collect a little bit of honey, and she will check on the chicken coop and see if the chicken coop needs any tender loving care, because it's probably going to need to be cleaned up. Xavier has gotten some milk, so we will put the milk in the fridge. Oh my god, Goatzilla's now fallen over. What is with these fainting sheep? Goats, I mean. So we are going to have her go out. Let's get her to try to gather a little bit of honey, and we'll have her clean the coop and collect the eggs. And we also need to tend to our garden and check on that, so I will have Xavier come out and do a little bit of weeding. It looks like it needs some weeding, so we'll also check and see. Oh, our artichokes have... Okay, let's pick these up. How are we in fall? Maybe I need to harvest everything. Somehow we've entered into fall. I thought it was summer. All right, I'm going to have him harvest everything because it looks like we have entered into fall, and I missed the summer harvest, and everything's on the ground. And we're going to need to figure out what can be planted in the fall. So we will have to go ahead and plant for the fall. I'll have to get these plants up and plant for the fall. So we will have to do that. Let me go ahead and put these things in the fridge, and then we'll take a look at our fall season and what we can plant, and we will obviously go ahead and get to dealing with our garden. Let's go ahead and give this to Can, this wool. All right, so for the fall, let's take a look. We can plant walnuts, pumpkins, chanterelle, mushrooms, yellow carrots, purple carrots, red cabbage, regular cabbage, wheat, apples, pears, and grapes. So let's go ahead and clean out our stock here as far as the garden, and we will get some other things growing. Let me go ahead and purchase some seeds. We will purchase some fruits, and we'll purchase some vegetables, and we'll purchase some herbs, and we'll see what we can get. I'm gonna get him to open these. So we got apple and grape. We can purchase an apple. So I'll put an apple there. Let's plant that. And then we'll open that seed packet. Oh, Can likes pranks. Okay, sure. All right, so he's going to plant an apple tree here, which will be great. And he is going to water that. And then he is going to open this seed packet. And we'll get him to open this seed packet. And we'll see what we've got. So he's got carrots. So we got yellow and purple carrots. And we've got sage. All right, so no. All right, what I need is the Trader Jacques. I need Trader Jacques to come by. I wonder when Trader Jacques is going to come by. All right, let's get him to go out and forage, and maybe he can find some things for the garden. All right, so Ada's going to scatter a little bit of feed and try to grab a little bit of honey. She was able to get a little bit of honey, and she got 2 green eggs, and she got 6 regular eggs, and she got a hatchable egg and a orange egg. I'm going to go ahead and put the hatchable egg in here to incubate, and we'll put the 6 eggs that we got into the fridge so that we can use them for cooking. And then I'm going to get her to come over here and filter this wild honey. Ada got stung by a bee, so we hate that. Oh, he got a ton of fish. He got a ton of fish. He got a perch and a trout, a tuna, and a bass. Let's get him to resume this cross-stitching that he did. All right, why don't you go over here and replace the water, and we'll make sure that the water is good for doing laundry. Go ahead and add some flowers. We'll do birds of paradise, and then you can come over here and wash some laundry. She's like, I've got to pee really bad. And so we will send McKenna off to go to the washroom because she does need to do that. So we'll let her go and do that. And let's get Can to go ahead and breed one of her frogs. And we love it. Why don't you go ahead and also stitch a hoop. Alright, so McKenna has done what she needed to do there, which is fantastic. She's got that laundry done. We're just waiting on this laundry over here to dry. Xavier is currently out foraging. I have no idea when our trader is going to show up, but hopefully he will show up soon so that we can get some things planted. If Xavier is successful at foraging, maybe he'll be able to get us some things that we can use for our season of fall. We also need to roll the dice and see what we're getting for our season. We do need to roll a D4 for that. So let's go ahead and give that a roll. And we roll a 4. A 4 is a bug zone. So we will have a bug zone for the fall season. So I will go ahead and update that on our panel. So let's go ahead and do that really quickly. So no more great soil. Now we're going to have a bug zone. So we'll put a bug zone in here and we'll take away the great soil. All right, let's go ahead and get her to feed these animals and we can make them feel a little bit better. Why don't you come over here and mop for your stepmom? Or maybe it's your Mom, I don't know. We're going to say mom just because it's the only mom you have. And when Ada is done mopping, I'm going to send him out to practice a little bit more archery because as we know, we are trying to get that skill up for him. We want him to be well versed in archery and getting that skill up so that he can be really good at that. She's feeling really like the house is just a wreck. And I mean, it kind of is, if we're being honest. All right, Xavier is back from his foraging. He was able to get some acorns, which we'll put in the fridge. He also got some blueberries and some onions, which we cannot use either of those. So that's great. We love that. All right, so we'll just leave those in his inventory. That's fine. She has a bonsai bud and a bunch of flowers. So maybe I will send Xavier out to do a little bit of an archery competition and let him see if he can go ahead and win an archery competition for the family. I don't know if he's actually going to be good enough to do that. Why did you take the baby with you? That was strange. The baby's supposedly here, but I can't see her. All right, maybe I can get her to try to purchase some seeds and we'll see if she gets anything different. Let's do some vegetables. We'll do 2 packages of vegetables and see how she fares with getting things. Let's open the seed packet. All right, she got an orange pumpkin and she got carrots. All right, so we can plant the pumpkins. We'll plant 2 pumpkins here. Let's plant these. Carrots and the onions we can't plant, but we can plant these 2 pumpkins. So we'll plant those. And let's get her to water those. And we'll put the other 2 pumpkins in the fridge. Ada's like, how was your day? And Can's like, it was pretty good. I bred some frogs and I got some painting and cross-stitching done. It's been really good. And Ada's like, yeah, I went out fishing and I caught a whole bunch of fish. I'm doing really, really good at that. And Can's like, wow, really? I've not been doing so great at fishing, so I'm really shocked that you're doing so well. He's like, yeah, but now it's getting really late. I'm starting to kind of get tired. And Can's like, yeah, I know, me too. I need to get to bed. So both of them are going to go ahead and they're going to get themselves off to bed. I'm going to have McKenna come in and just grab herself a bite to eat, and then she's going to head herself off to bed. Once Xavier gets home, we will have him go ahead and probably grab himself a little bit of a bite to eat, and then he can head himself off to bed as well. So she took the last of that cheese and fruit, so we will need to get her to make another fruit platter or meat, cheese, and bread platter at some point. And then we will have that. So she can make a cheese and fruit or a cheese and bread platter. So we'll just get her to do, we'll get Xavier to do a cheese and bread platter. He can do that. And he can do that once he gets home. So McKenna is going to eat and then I'm going to send her off to bed. All right, so Xavier's back. He tried his best, but he lost. He is with he's with Ulveva. I am going to get him to take care of Ulveva here and maybe put her up in her bed after he gets himself a little bit of a bite to eat here. He is going to go off to bed himself. All right, go ahead and put her to bed. Can you? Why are the kids up? It's 1 o'clock in the morning and the kids are up. I'm going to take their energy down a little bit so that they'll go back to bed. And Xavier's going to come down and grab himself a bite to eat here, and then he'll head himself off to bed and get himself a little bit of much needed rest. And then tomorrow, hopefully, we'll be able to do a little bit more searching for planting for the garden. That is definitely something that we're going to need to do. And hopefully soon we will see the trader come by. I'm not sure what days he comes by, but we do need the trader to come by so we can purchase some things for our garden for the fall season. And when McKenna gets up, we will get her to come on out and deal with the laundry. So we definitely need to make sure that we get the clothes off the line and that we put the clothes that she washed on the line. So we'll have her dealing with that. But it shouldn't be much longer. She's going to go ahead and go into labor, and we will be also having ourselves another little one. So that'll be fantastic. But in the meantime, I'm going to let them all get a little bit of rest. It is 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I will see you when they all wake. Okay, so it is the next morning. It is bright and early. It's about 5:30 in the morning, 5:45 actually in the morning. And McKenna has officially gone into labor. Xavier's in the bedroom. He's freaking out. Obviously he would. As we know, he's lost a lot of women to childbirth. Because this is her second child, she doesn't have to have anyone come over and be with her to have the baby. So we aren't going to have Halima come over and help her. She knows how to do this now. She's learned the ropes. So we're just going to have her go on in here, and we're going to have her have this little one, and we're going to find out what it is that we're having. As we know, we are hoping for another little boy, but you know, you never can tell with these things. So she is going to go ahead and give birth to this little one, and hopefully we are going to be able to have a successful birth with them, and we are going to continue on with this journey with them. And you know, they can have as many children as they want because they are the main household, and so that's really exciting. But I do think also, you know, with Ada being a child now, it's a lot easier for them to go into teenhood without perishing. So we are getting closer to our next generation. Oh my God, they did have a boy. Okay, that's great. All right, so we've had a boy. We are going to name this little one Ren. Ren Arundel. All right, and it was a single birth. And we are just going to be rolling for mom and baby. Let's get a little better view of this here if we can. All right, so mom and baby, we have to roll for them. As we know, mom can't roll a 1 or an 11. Baby can't roll a 1, 5, 7, 10, 12, 15, 17, or a 20. So let's go ahead and pull up our dice. We are going to be giving that a roll. We're going to be rolling for both of them simultaneously. All right, mom's good. Baby rolls a 7. Ren does not make it. Oh my gosh. So they have had a stillborn little one. We hate that we have to take Ren away. So I will put on the timeline that Ren has passed, and we will take Ren from mom. She is going to be so sad. Oh, I hate that for them. All right, so I will go ahead and update the timeline, and then we will take this little one away. All right, little Ren. I'm so sorry. Oh, I hate that. And so does she. Oh, after carrying this little one for so long and then to lose him, she is just so sad. Look how sad she is. Oh my gosh. I hate that. Oh my goodness. The poor dear. All right. Well, it is also the Lord's Harvest Festival today, and we need to collect honey. We need to go to the holiday ceremony. She needs to bake, and she needs to have a grand meal. So we are going to have to get them busy making things. I'm going to have her go ahead and get in here and make some things if she can. Maybe I can get her to make a roast chicken. I think we have enough for a roast chicken. Yes, we do. So let's do or we can do a roasted pheasant. Let's do that. So I'm going to get her in here to make a roasted pheasant, and she's going to go ahead and create that. I'm going to get the children to come out and gather some honey. So we'll get Ada to collect from that tree, and we will get you to come and collect from this one can. McKenna and...
Yes!
Oh, I just can't stand the fact that they just lost that little one. We needed another son in this house. I mean, it is easier to not perish as a teen, but it does still sometimes happen, and we definitely needed to have another son. So I really hate that. I really, really do. And Xavier is, I'm sure, going to be super sad about the loss of having this, you know, another child that was stillborn. I mean, he's experienced so much loss in his life, and it's really, really sad. Look at him. Look at Olveva, and he's just thinking to himself, why does this keep happening to me? I hate that for him. Well, that was really fast that she did that. All right, so she has made this grand meal, which is wonderful. It doesn't look like very many people are really hungry quite yet, so we will wait on that grand meal for now. I'll just go ahead and put it in the fridge for now, and then we will maybe have it later on. So for now, we'll just go ahead and let them kind of snack, and then once we get back from the holiday ceremony, maybe we can do a little bit of a grand meal. We are just going to go ahead and let her come up here and feed Olveva, and then once the children are done doing what they need to do with the bees, we're going to have everyone come and go off to the holiday ceremony. The only person that's not going to be able to go is, of course, Olveva. She's too little to go to the holiday ceremony, but we'll send everyone else off to go to the holiday ceremony so that they can obviously celebrate that. So Xavier's just going to go ahead and get everyone ready to attend the holiday ceremony. We'll go with everyone in the house except for Olveva. So let's go ahead and plan to go do that. So off he goes. And McKenna is done with Olveva, so she's heading off herself. And I will see you when they return. Okay, so they are home from the ceremony. As you can see, Trader Jacques is here. We are going to have McKenna come over and purchase some things from him for the garden, which is going to be fantastic. I absolutely love that. An unwelcome present. I want to trade it because it's dumb. Can I do that? That present was for you. Be grateful. All right. So she's going to purchase some items from Trader Jacques because we need some things for our fall season. So let's look and see what we can get. We need walnuts, pumpkins, chanterelle, mushrooms, yellow carrots, purple carrots, red cabbage, wheat. All right, so let's take a look at what he has. He has... Go ahead and get to planting. All right, so we have all of these that we're going to put in the ground, and we're going to get them planted. All right, let's get her to come plant. Let's get him to come plant. And the wheat can go over here. So we'll put the wheat on this side. All right, we need more. We need more wheat. So I'll get Xavier to buy us some more wheat. So get him to get us some more wheat and get him over here planting. All right, perfect. So we are just planting our fall crop and getting that all squared away, which is fantastic. Once they're done planting the fall crop, we will get them in there and they can have their meal. I don't know if that pheasant is actually going to count as a grand meal or not, because I couldn't really tell if it was going to be able to count as that. So we'll just have to see. I'm going to get the children to come out and help by watering the plants, and then the whole family can be working together to get this garden planted at the same time so that everyone can go in and eat together, which will be great. And then you can go ahead and finish that painting that you started. Oh, it is going to be able to. All right, so once you're done painting, then you can call everyone to the grand meal.
Yoo-hoo! Bambili!
Wonderful. We absolutely love it. So everyone's going to finish doing what they're currently doing, and then they'll come in and have their grand meal, and they will grab themselves a bite to eat. And we love that. Ada was the first to come in to partake of this grand meal. He is like, oh my god, this is so good. He is feeling super happy about it. The grand meal was the only thing that he wanted to participate in, and he did that, so he's feeling super great. And we will have Can come in soon, and she will be able to obviously participate in this grand meal as well. The grand meal was also the only thing that she wanted to participate in, so hopefully after she eats this, she also will be able to check that off, so that'll be great. She did. Wonderful. Xavier wanted to go to the holiday ceremony. He didn't have really a love for anything, but we are getting a call here from Allard Meshram and saying he is wanting to get to know Alice Ventura better. Do you think we should hang out? Sure, go ahead. Talk it through with someone if you have anger. No, no, don't eat that. I want you to eat this. Alright, so Xavier is happy about the meal as well, and Can is grabbing herself a bit of a serving, and hopefully she will get hers checked off as well. She also got credit for collecting some honey, so if she collected honey, we should probably also get her to go out and filter that when she's done eating. So we'll have her go out and filter the honey when she's done. Oh, he got some as well, so they'll both be able to filter a little bit of honey, which is going to be great.
Huh? Fiba Deso. Main trip, Balafoy, huh? Melba. Warpa? You been? Uh-huh. Oh, Shabby Bully.
So the Lord's Harvest Festival seems to be going pretty well for them. They were able to get their garden in for the season, which is fantastic. I think they were able to get it watered, but I could be mistaken. We will go ahead and get McKenna to come out and make sure everything is watered in the garden, because she really does enjoy gardening, and so we'll just make sure that she can tend to that. And Can is going to filter that honey. I will get Xavier to sell this painting. And Ada, honey, what are you working on? He's like, I really desperately need to go to the loo. All right, you do that. Oh, Xavier, are you coming down with something? I hope not. Why don't you get out here and do a little bit of archery? All right, Can is going to collect these jars of honey that she filtered, and then we are going to have Ada come down, and he's going to filter his honey that he has in his inventory, and he'll be able to get his all squared away, which will be fantastic. Okay, can you sell your honey to Trader Jacques? No? Okay, well, that's fine. Come down and filter your honey, and can you trade? Trade. No, she can't. Okay. But let's put the honey in the fridge, and maybe you can sell it. No. Alright, so everyone is starting to get a little bit tired. It is starting to get later on in the day. We have filtered all of our honey and put it in the fridge. It doesn't look like we can trade anything else with Trader Jacques because it is too late in the day. I'm just going to put the rest of our leftovers here away, and we're going to have everyone kind of clean up a little bit, and that will be fantastic. I'm going to send Xavier and everyone off to do the things that need to be done. I'm going to have him replace this water in the bin, and then that will be cleaned up. He's going to tell Trader Jacques, goodbye, thanks for coming today. We desperately needed you to come by for us to plant our garden, and so you really helped us out. So we love that he was able to do that for us. And she's just going to add some flowers to the water here, and then I'm going to go ahead and send everyone off to bed, and we love that for them. Oh my gosh, Can's super, super tired. I am going to go ahead and leave this episode here. In our next episode, we will be in 1396, and we are going to be seeing some weddings, and so that is going to be really exciting. So we have some weddings to prepare for, 3 to be exact, and so we are going to have a lot of things going on as far as preparing for some weddings. So I will see you guys then, and until next time, I'm going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.